Are you tired of the same old school real estate lead generation tactics? Then you've come to the right show. Welcome to Open House, Open Mind, the podcast. I'm your host, Michelle, and this is not your average real estate podcast. I'm here to challenge the industry standards. You won't find pushy, salesy bro tactics here. There's a better way to do business without that icky feeling, so that buyers and sellers are coming to you instead of you chasing them. So if you're ready to challenge those traditional standards with me, to fill your database, to learn mindset hacks that challenge your own limiting beliefs, and to take actionable steps to improve your open house experience, then stick around. Let's get you some consistent income in the business you worked so hard to get licensed in. And let's have some fun while we're at it. Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about competition, and make sure that you guys are applying whatever it is that you do in your industry. You can apply it to what we talk about in this podcast. Remember, it all applies. So stick around and share the episode because it helps other people when they're going through challenges. It can help them get through things. But before we even talk about that, if you're in the real estate industry, you guys want to make sure you go and register for the online summit coming up. It's a free online summit. It's 3 days. It's May 20th, 21st, and 23rd of 2024. And it's free. There's going to be about 30 women in real estate talking about all different subjects. There are some powerhouse women in there. You're not going to want to miss it because it's free. There is an option to upgrade to the all access pass. And what that means is that you're going to get the presentations. You're going to be able to download them and keep them for life. So go in there and register, you guys. My presentation is on May 21st at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have a new presentation in there. You guys are going to love it. As soon as you register, let me know. Take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram at Open House Coach. I would love to see you guys get in there, especially if you're struggling. I met a lot of struggling agents this week, and I didn't realize some of the things they were telling me, what they were struggling about. One girl said that she had been in the industry for 2 years, been licensed for 2 years, and did not even know that she could do open houses as a lead generation source. That blew me away. I was like, what? So make sure you get in there. There's a lot of cool stuff you're going to learn, tips and strategies. You're going to walk away with like actionable steps to get you out of your overwhelm or like the rut that you're feeling right now. So competition. There is a lot of people saying that there's competition in the industry. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear people saying that, man, it's saturated? There's just a ton of agents. Everybody's getting their real estate license. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, right? That's an agent. And if you're new, and most likely you're new and you're listening to this, you can be very, impressionable, right? If you hear somebody saying that and you're like, oh, wow, they're top producers. They've been in the industry for a while. They must really know, right? So it's saturated and there's so much competition. What am I going to do? You'll even hear people say things like, how are you going to stand out, from the rest, from the sea of realtors out there? So you can get kind of intimidated if you're hearing all of that. But what I want to say is that I believe competition in the industry is a limiting belief. If you're saying there's competition in the industry, that's a limiting belief. And what's a limiting belief? Beliefs are just thoughts, sentences that we tell ourselves over and over and over, and eventually they become a belief. So I'm here to tell you, I'm going to give you guys 3 ways to change your perspective on that. Or if it's not changing, because if you guys are new and you're walking into this, I want to make sure that you guys aren't like developing these beliefs. I'm going to give you 3 ways to do that. Because instead of listening to that, like, there's so much competition, right? I want you guys to think of these 2 things. I want you to think of inspiration over competition. And I also want you to think of collaboration over competition. So if you hear competition, the first thing I want you to do is think, okay, how can that inspire me? and think of it that way. Or you hear competition, I want you to think, how can I collaborate with that? So those are two things I want you to think of like right away when you hear somebody saying anything about competition or saturation. But here's the 3 ways to change your perspective when those things come up, because they will come up. You will hear people saying this in the industry. The first thing is, if someone says something about, oh, there's competition in that field, right? Or maybe, yeah, you probably shouldn't farm that area because that area has a lot of competition. I want you to ask yourself, is it true? Okay. Is that really true? Is it really true that I can't farm in that neighborhood because there's too much competition? And then number 2, I want you to find evidence for that. So let's just say that so for instance, in my neighborhood, I'm going to start farming in my neighborhood. And I started to become aware and start to look at the competition, quote unquote, that's in my area. And so I'm looking at the mailers that are coming through. And I noticed that there's 3 agents that are farming there consistently as far as mailers, right? I'm getting their mailers every month consistently. There's 3 of them. Then there is one agent that I don't really get any mailers from him. If I do, I don't, not even really paying attention for some reason. But he door knocks and he's going around. So in my neighborhood, there's 4 people, right? I could say, well, yeah, it's true. There is a lot of competition. There's evidence. Look, I have evidence. Here's 3 mailers and here's a person who door knocks, who got a listing. And I could say, yep, that's true. But if you're doing that and you're saying, and you're giving into that and you're saying, okay, yeah, it's true. I want you to give equal airtime to the other side of it. You can say, no, that's not true, right? So number 3 is that you have a choice, that you get to make a choice. You get to make a choice of what you want to believe. So someone can say, yep, too much competition, not going to do it. There's 4 agents that are marketing there. I'm not going to do it. Or you can say, nope, that's still not enough competition for me. I'm going to do it anyways. And that's what I decided to do. So I'm making a choice, and my choice is that I decide that there is not a lot of competition and I'm going to do it anyways. So I hope that helps. And you can apply this to anything, to any business, to life in general. Try this out. Let me know if this works for you guys. Think of one thing that you're limiting yourself on, that you have a limiting belief around. Think of it and try these 3 ways, these 3 tools. Because right now I'm in a women's group, WIRE. It's called WIRE, Women in Real Estate, and it's a nationwide membership of all women in real estate. So not just real estate agents. In there, there's investors, there's developers, there's wholesalers, there's, realtors, there's all kinds of commercial realtors, all kinds of women in real estate, and their ages vary from, early 20s to 60s. And we're all over the states. We're nationwide. It is so cool. It's such an amazing community. And they do a monthly challenge, and their challenge is called Collaboration Over Competition. That's what caught my eye, because it's always been something that I've taught myself and that I tell myself. So I want you guys to try that out. Whenever you hear competition, where can I be inspired by that? Or where can I collaborate with that? I hope that helps. Have a wonderful weekend. You guys, don't forget to sign up for the online summit. The link is in my bio. You can find the link pretty much everywhere. I'm going to be talking about it until the summit ends, which is on May 23rd. I keep wanting to say March. March is my birthday month, so I love that month. But we're in May right now of 2024. So if you're listening and there's still time, go sign up. It starts May 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 21st and 22nd. If you get the all access pass, you get to keep all of the presentations. You get to have them for life and go back to them when you need them. There's going to be some fun giveaways. I'm giving something really cute and fun, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that you guys can download, and it's all in one place. And these women walked in your shoes at one time. We were all new at one time. We were all scared and nervous and overwhelmed and frustrated. So make sure you join that summit. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.